everyone, in this video today I'm going to walk you through steps of how to restore your status in Canada as a temporary resident. A side note to you, please consider extending your stay in Canada earlier so that you can avoid this application for restorations of status. And it means that this video is for someone whose visitor visa expired before you notice, and the IRCC will give you 90 days window to restore your status, and there is no guarantee that the IRCC will approve for your application. However, if you choose not to apply for restorations of status, then you will remain in person without legal temporary resident status, and you will be required to leave Canada immediately. If you do not leave Canada voluntarily, then enforcement actions may be taken against you, and no one wants that happen. Okay, so let's get started now. And before going deep into the session, I would like to clarify the different terms here. Some people confuse between extending your stay in Canada and restorations of status. Please be mindful that extending your stay only happens when your visa is still valid, but when it expires, then you cannot extend but restore your status. And both will be issued a visitor records if it is approved, and a visitor record will allow you to stay in Canada with its expiry date on that. And also you may want to check with a stamp in your passport if it is available. Then you follow its instructions, like you need to leave Canada on that day, on the day that they stamp. Or if there is no stamp at all, then the status will expire 6 months from the day that you arrive Canada. And if you were given a visitor records, then the expiry date is marked on the document, okay? And it applies to study permit and work permit as well, all right? In the IRCC website, you can see it here, extend your stay in Canada and how to apply. And then down in the bottom, you can see create an online account or sign in. Click in here, and then it will bring you to the IRCC secure account. If that is your first time creating an account because you haven't got anything yet, then you create an account in here. I do have a video regarding to an account creations, so please check it out if you need. Let's assume that we have an account already, so I just log in here, and then I put the username and password. All right. So here is the account that I have for John Smith. You scroll down, and on the left side you can see start an application by clicking in apply to come to Canada. Personal reference code, if you have, then enter it here. If not, then we can generate a new one. Okay, visitor visa in here, click on that, and then now you answer all the questions with eligibility to apply. Okay, so what would you like to do in Canada? Of course, you visit for more than 6 months, and then select the code. I would say Vietnam, and then you are living in Canada so that you can restore your status. Okay. Do you have a family member who is Canadian citizen or permanent resident and is 18 years older? Yes, that is my son. Okay, my date of birth 1960 January 1st. Next. Have you lived in Canada as a permanent resident or landed immigrant? No. Then next. Are you lawful PR in the US? No. What is your current immigration status? Like, I'm a visitor. Next. How are you related to your family member? My child. Next. Are you in Canada on a parents or grandparents super visa? No. I'm just on a visitor visa. What is your marital status? I'm married. What is the province? In Ontario. Next. That is family class because I stated that I visit my son. Okay, that is a family class because my son can sponsor me. The second one is visitor in Canada, and the third one is super visa, but it's not applied to me now. I just want a visitor in here. Okay, so visitors in Canada, and then continue. Are you accompanying a family member who has status in Canada? No. When does your status in Canada expire? So remember this one, all right? That is a key point so that it can generate your restore status. In 2025, that is this year. This year is 2025. Oopsie. Yes. Okay, and it expires when? In March. Day, March 1st. Okay, so March 1st, 2025, my Canada visa expire. Okay, and then next. Do you want to apply to restore your status? So that is the questions. Okay, guys, you have to answer yes so that they restore your status for you. Okay, so that is the application. And then next, which document are you using to prove your child or grandchild meets the low income cut minimum? Let's say I have the notice of assessment that is confirming for financial support. Okay, and then next, have you had a medical exam? No, I don't have. And then next, do you fit in one of these category? No, for working in the healthcare, something like that. Then next, okay, do you want to submit an application for a family member? No, only for me for this time. Okay, are you giving someone access to your application? Me? No. Next, in the past 10 years, have you given your fingerprints? Yes, I just did that 2 years ago. And then next, there are fees associated with this application. Will you be paying? Yes. Are you able to make digital copy of your document? Yes. Will you be paying your application fee online? Yes. And then after that, you review all the answer in here. If there is something that you need to edit, then you click on that little pen in here and then you edit. Okay, but if that everything here is correct, then you click on continue. Okay, submitting your application, there are steps: step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4, pay the fees. That is the last step, of course, and then continue. Here you go, the document checklist, and down here you can see that is a form, application form, IMM 5708. Okay, and then supporting documents, it asks of those like passport, invitation letter, proof of means of financial support, the medical insurance, the digital photo, notice of assessment, and proof of relationship. And that supporting documents, it comes up here based on your answer to the questions, okay? Because if you come here as a visitor to visit your son, or your daughter, your child, your children, okay? So it needs to have an invitation letter. Next is a proof of financial support. Like you have to prove for the IRCC that how you support yourself financially by saving or by bank account, something like that, so that you have money to spend here in Canada. And then medical insurance because you stay here for longer than the authorized stay, the periods of stay. So you need to provide the medical insurance coverage. That is very important. Okay, and then this is the photo, and then notice of assessment from the son, and the proof of relationship. For example, you can have like birth certificate or any book holder to prove like your name and your son's name in one of the documents from the government of your country. Okay, And then next we can see the optional document in here. No need to worry about this one. Okay, and if you need to explain any information in here, then you write it down a Word file and then you upload in here. For example, like why you let that visa expire. Maybe you forgot, or maybe for some other reasons making you forget and not to extend your stay in Canada longer. So that is why now you have to apply for a restoration of status. Okay, so just let people know, let the IRCC agent know what's going on with your visa. Okay, and then the fee here is $239.75. That is the only fee that you need to pay. Okay. Okay, so when we have all the document checklist with the form and the supporting document here, now let's going to download the form and then we can fill out the form together. Okay, let's click in here and then you can open that form, IMM 5708. Okay, you save it in a folder and then you open that with an Acrobat, okay, PDF file. Okay, so guys, here is the form that I fill out already, and then now I'm going to review that with you. The most important information in here that you need to do is clicking in this number 3, restore my status as a visitor. And for the rest, you just enter the information that you have, for example the UCI number, and you want the service in English or in French, and then personal name and everything in here with the date of birth, the passport number. Okay, however here number 3, restore my status as a visitor, that you need to pay attention to. Okay, and then next I will show you more the one that you will need to pay attention to. Number 7, country or territory, you need to put it as Canada and with a visitor, and from the date that you arrive Canada and the date that you signed this application. Okay, so let's say today is April 11, 2025, then you put in here. If not, if you put it on the date that visa expire, then you cannot validate the form. Okay, and it is not in the right format. Okay, so that is number 7. And here again you can fill out all the information, the basic information in here, personal one, all right, like the mailing address, the phone number, the email. And the next part is coming into Canada. Number 1, you will need to put the original entry to Canada with the date and the place in here and the original purpose of coming to Canada. Let's say family visit, and then you can select from here. All right. And number 3, if the date and the place of your most recent entry to Canada, you put in here if it's not the same as original entry. All right. And then number 4, you can provide them with the number of most recent visitor records or temporary resident to you. For example, you can put V like in visitor visa in here. All right. And then the details of visit to Canada for this time, purpose of my visit, so still the same, family visit, I put it in here. And number 2, indicate how long you plan to stay here. I put the date from the date that I signed these applications, and then till the month and the date of the year that I want to stay longer. Okay, until when. For example, in this case, I want to stay until August 30th, 2025. Number 3, the funds available for my stay, I just put it as $10,000, and the expenses in Canada will be paid by other, which is my son. So my son will cover for my expenses. All right. And number 4, I will need to put the name and address and relationship of any persons, institutions, like the person that I'm going to visit. That is Peter Smith. That is my son. All right. And then that's it. Of those below, you need to put down your information in. Okay, like the background. Okay, and here, pay attention to this part, the background information. Number 2, have you ever maintained beyond the validity of your status? Uh, the answer is yes, um, because you stay beyond that time. Okay. And then B, have you ever been refused a visa or permit? In my case, no. But if in your case, if you have been refused a visa or permit in here, then your answer, depends on your answer. Okay. And then number C, have you previously applied to enter or remain in Canada? The answer is yes, because you did apply and then you got approval. Okay. 2024 and got approval the 10-year visa with the number V123456789. And other than that, there's no other need to be pay attention to, because it's all of the very basic information. All right. And then after that, you date in here and then you signed in here. Then after that, you can see the box validate, and then you click on the validate and then see if it allow the form to generate the barcode. If not, then you have to see which part that you have a mistake, or some error or some missing information that you will need to fill in. Okay, so let's try to validate. Yay, bingo. So when you see the barcode like this, the QR code, it means that it is validated and it's good to go to upload it in your in the system, in the portal. Okay, so let's go. Let's save in here, and then we can go back to the portal. So let's click in the upload file, and then you choose, and then you can locate the form, and then you upload the file. Okay, it's good. Now return to your document, and down here in the supporting documents, you will need to get it prepared so that you can upload it easier. Okay, passport, upload, letter of invitation. Proof of relationship with the birth certificate. Okay, so of the supporting documents, I uploaded already. Okay, and then in the optional document, I don't need to worry about that IMM 5257 because it is made outside of Canada. And for the next one, that is a client's information. You will have a chance of explaining why you need to restore your status here. Okay, so put down everything in a Word document, and then the IRCC officer will read that and see if they can um, accept your excuse, and if they can give you approve for a letter of a visitor record to you. Okay, so upload the file. Okay, I'm uploading, return. Okay, so whenever everything here is uploaded with the information, everything in here, then it will show up with the next icon in here. Okay, if you miss something in this checklist, then you don't see the next. But now everything is ready. Then we click on next. Okay, your declarations and electronic signature, everything in here, you have to review that. Restorations of status, in here the fee is $239.75. In here you agree, and then you put the name Laura Smith. I don't know if I put it Laura or John Smith, but favorite color, I don't know. Okay, and then you sign. All right, and then you transmit and pay. Okay, and after transmit and pay, you will receive like this. Okay, with that payment method, after receiving, and then all you need to do is waiting for the IRCC to respond to your request, to your applications of restorations of status. And that's it for today, guys, and good luck everyone.